good indication that they want to impact my ability to speak to the public on this very important issue. But nevertheless, we're here to speak today. I want to thank all of you for coming. This is, again, another beautiful day in the great city of Memphis. We're overlooking a real historical gem for the city of Memphis, the mighty Mississippi River. I lived in the Rivermont condominiums for 2 years, and I enjoyed immensely taking a walk through Twombly Park, very leisurely. Some afternoons I took a walk. I'm a Memphis, and when I think about what is before us today by a well-established elitist group of Memphians entertaining a renovation project at Twombly Park that will impact the average citizen's ability to have access to this beautiful park, it really amazes me and it irritates me to the extent that I'm here today as this press conference. I also want you to know why I'm here today is that when I walk the streets of Memphis, all over Memphis, people are asking me, Mayor Herenton, they still call me the mayor. Mayor Herenton, what is your position on Twombly? Are you going to sit idly by to allow a group of elitist Memphians to destroy this beautiful park with this asinine renovation project that they're talking about? It's very expensive when we have so many human needs in Memphis that are not being met. And I said, well, so many people are talking to me and calling me, and I decided I would take a public position on this. So now, if you will permit me, I want to read the statement that I prepared for you. That's what I wanted to say right off the top, okay? Twombly Park and the Memphis riverfront. I chose to run for mayor because in many ways I saw our city slipping backwards. Backwards in crime, backwards in poverty abatement, and backwards in equal opportunities. And now I also see our city plunging backwards in providing and maintaining our citizens' right to enjoy access to our public riverfront parks. Twombly Park is for the people. Make no mistake about this. This park does not belong to an elitist establishment of Memphis. This park belongs to the people. It is for the citizens of this great city. No mayor, and certainly not any special interest group, should block access or take away the citizens' right to enjoy the riverfront. Many mayors, and I'm thinking primarily of former Mayor Dick Hackett. Dick and I devoted countless hours to both creating Twombly Park and making it accessible to citizens. Twombly Park was created as a great place. It will always be a great place where the citizens of this city could come together, irrespective of race, socioeconomic status, and to enjoy and celebrate who we are as Memphians. I am a proud Memphian. I care about this park. I care about this riverfront. This expression of celebration is seen vividly during the month of May, when not only the citizens of Memphis, but also citizens of the world, they transfer to Twombly Park to celebrate our heritage, our culture, and to honor countries around the world. I've had so many numerous wonderful events held on that beautiful park. Our city has honored the hosting of dozens of Memphis in May celebrations. During each of these celebrations, our citizens have been filled with joy and community pride as they gathered and they played while the world watched in awe at these month-long celebrations. Several weeks ago, when I learned of the Strickland's administration to end these riverfront celebrations and to kick out Memphis in May and the citizens who enjoyed Twombly Park, I thought it was a terrible idea that would quickly be tossed aside. into a trash heap of bad ideas. I also said at that time the citizens should be the ones who make the decision about this important issue. Why did I say that? I said that because this park belongs to the people. It does not belong to a select few. However, this past weekend, I learned through an article in one of the local papers that not only had this appalling plan been tossed aside, but Mayor Strickland was in fact forcing Memphis and May to accept it through some private, closed-door mediation process. A process in which the citizens of this great city will have no role and from which they have been completely excluded. And let me tell you what I know. First, the Memphis River Park organization does not own Tom Lee Park. Citizens of Memphis do. Second, and having served as mayor of this city for nearly 20 years, I know how this public process works. I know that the Memphis River Park would not and could not be advancing this plan if it had not already been approved by the Strickland administration. What confuses me, Mike, is why the citizens of Memphis have to wait until after the election for Mayor Strickland to publicly state his position. What this city needs is a strong and a decisive mayor. We are a city of grit, we're a grind city, cut from attributes that makes us strong and resilient. We need a mayor who mirrors the character of this great city and all of our citizens. Third, this plan to force Memphis and May out of Tom Lee Park and relegate this festival and citizens to Tiger Lane or worse. I heard somebody mention West Memphis, Arkansas. Can you believe that? And to keep this beautiful and majestic of the river to a select few is the latest example of what is wrong with the city of Memphis. And I want you all to know, I emphatically oppose this plan with every fiber of my being. We must not be silent. I was telling Mike Matthews, everywhere I go, people are asking me, Mayor, what is your position on Tom Lee Park? Well, today you know my position. This park is a valuable jewel and it should not be contaminated with these ideas that really do not make sense. This park was named after Tom Lee, who was an average citizen. On May 8, 1925, he did an extraordinary thing that's emblematic of the heart and the soul of Memphis. I keep talking about Memphis. I'm a proud Memphian. I was born, I grew up in South Memphis. Believe it or not, I still live in South Memphis. His legacy, Tom Lee, is a legacy that envelops the park and it makes it a fitting place for all citizens together. The citizens are well within their rights to request an immediate end to this farce of a mediation whose outcome won't be released until after the election. It's an insult to the community's intelligence. The citizens are absolutely correct in asking Mayor Strickland to place this plan, to really not to place it on his agenda, but to kick it out of Memphis and May and the citizens from Tom Lee Park on the ballot as a referendum. That's what I've requested. I asked for a referendum to let the people participate. It's got no traction. If you are an elitist and you think somehow or another you have all of the superior intelligence, then you don't want the input of people. But if you're egalitarian and you believe in the right of the people, then you want the people to have a voice. That's why we're standing here today. Now, let me also say this, and I think they know this. If, however, this plan is forced on the citizens of Memphis, I want y'all to hear me clearly. I would have no other choice when I'm elected mayor. If there's any question in your mind about me being elected mayor, you need to get it out of it. I'm coming back as mayor. I'm elected mayor, I will immediately, Mike Matthews, rescind this plan. So it'll never see the light of day again. I will not allocate a single penny of public dollars to fund this plan. And if it is determined by the River Park that the River Park group played a role and acted against the best interests of the citizens of this community, I will rescind its rights to ever again provide oversight onto this riverfront. I created this predecessor organization, Memphis River Park, under my leadership as mayor. We made improvements to the riverfront that you now enjoy. The goal of these improvements was to provide citizens with a greater and a better access, not less. It's not built to restrict, but to promote access. These issues are very important to all Memphians, and I will continue to fight for those things that impact us all. I appreciate you all coming this evening.
Mayor,
Yes, sir.
how would renovations of this park keep the average citizen out of it?
Well, first of all, Mike, I'm sure you've seen different renderings. Have you looked at the renderings of the various designs? With the park be open, with all of these impediments, I call them impediments. There are people who believe that this park lacks luster, it lacks life, it lacks vitality, that it should be utilized 365 days a year. Well, it is utilized 360. There are a lot of people who walk through this park, they bring their animals, they bring their children, they enjoy the view of the park. Yes. The other issue is still not been resolved. The Corps of Engineers has very intelligently placed everybody on alert. Okay? The bluff stabilization is very important. Flood control is very important. The suitability of what they're proposing has not been declared approvable by the Corps of Engineers. But yet, this elitist group, they're moving forward with plans to ignore the opportunity for citizens like all of us gathered here to have some input. I just don't think that's right.
Do you think that there is room here for the park, for the festival to move for 1 year?
Well, let me tell you this. I'm adamantly opposed to this festival being moved for 1 year or any year. This festival has a historical right to be held in this park. The Music Fest, that where thousands of people have enjoyed it for years. It should not be removed. We should not acquiesce to this power elite group. The citizens of Memphis ought to have the opportunity to speak.
How difficult do you think it is? I mean, you've had ample experience trying to get things going on the river.
Yeah.
How difficult was it to get the improvements that came under your administration and to keep them thriving?
Well, it was very difficult. If you remember where we are now, we had a great controversy over the walkway. I remember that. We had all those engineering studies. I walked up here several times. There were people that objected to us on some of the improvements. So I guess I've been around a long time. I've seen a lot of plans, but this one is on the drawing board now. The Tom Lee Farm, it stirs me greatly, and that's why I'm here today. It should not happen.
Have you spoken with MRPP about your
I've not
concern?
spoken with anybody. They've not spoken to me. They don't speak to lowly citizens like me. I'm not a part of the elite. I'm just an average day citizen. So they don't speak to people like me.
When you say
They meet in back rooms.
when you say the people are talking to you about Tomley Park, what people, what parts of town are talking to you and are concerned
And
about
I
Tomley
will
Park?
say this to you. Primarily, the people that are talking to me are from the downtown, East Memphis, Midtown quarters. I don't find a lot of interest in maintaining the park like it is by some people in other sections of the city. This is not, you understand what I'm saying to you? Those are the segments of the community where I'm hearing from. And let me also say this. My good friend Lyman Aldridge, I'm surprised Lyman is, you may not know Lyman is not called. I remember when the Memphis in May and all of this was beginning. I think Hal Shaw was alive then, Lyman, Rodney Baby. There were a lot of us who participated in the vision that created this. The Memphis in May, the Music Fest, all of that. All of that. So to think today, 2019, we have this elitist group. They got some idea that just dropped out the sky. They got a better idea of treating this historical treasure. That's why I'm here today
said, are really not speaking up on this, or don't seem to have.
It's my understanding, Bill, and I don't know the forums, because it's my understanding that there were opportunities for people to critique the various designs. I don't know what that process was like. I don't think it involved a large number of people, because if it did, I would not be getting all these inquiries from people all across Memphis wanting me to take a position.
Mayor, you know, when you,
Yes, sir.
when this bluff block was open, you was controversy over
Absolutely.
that, and how people said, you build that bluff block, we'd
You're
be
right.
down on the ground right now, right? The whole thing would collapse. And obviously, it's become a major part of this city.
Yes, sir.
So, the critics, how do you know that the future, how do you know it's going to be a bad thing for the future?
Well, what I think, Mike, obviously I'm not an engineer, but obviously I respect the preliminary assessment that the Corps is giving. The Corps, rightfully so, has a concern about the bluff stabilization and also flood control. I'm not an engineer. It would seem to me it would be prudent to work with the Corps of Engineers, not advance plans until this important agency has made some very intelligent recommendations. The other thing, let me tell you what bothers me too. And I can't tell people how to spend their private money, but if I'm mayor, I can tell them how to spend public money. I think to invest the millions of dollars in the restoration of this park, when this city has so many human needs, if there are philanthropic people out here that want to make Memphis better, help us to help people that are not doing well. That's what we ought to be about. I appreciate you all very much. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
How you doing, Pat? Haven't seen you in a long time.